name's Alexander Lancaster, and I'm here at Two Wolf Studio with Ashley
Wallace.
Why was I going to forget your name? I heard
It's okay.
seen your name a million times, and I follow you on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Both good places to follow Hot In Topeka.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about Hot In Topeka? I just set that up so you
Yeah,
just go with it, didn't I?
yeah. So Hot In Topeka Burlesque is a burlesque and variety show here in Topeka, Kansas, that I have put together over the last year or so. We try to showcase all kinds of different performers, but mostly burlesque performers. And then the variety aspect, sometimes we get vocalists or musicians, people who can do sideshow type stuff like sword swallowing and fire acts. So yeah, just really showcasing different entertainers.
A lot of variety.
Yeah, a lot of variety that Topeka in particular isn't too familiar with.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people forget we could Google. So, explain what burlesque would be if somebody's like, what is that anyways?
Right. I get that question a lot, and I still haven't figured out how to answer it.
Yeah.
The real way to find out is honestly to just go to a show, or you can look it up on YouTube. But basically burlesque is similar to striptease or stripping. Some burlesque performers consider themselves to be strippers and others don't. It's very similar to stripping, except we typically only go down to pasties and underwear rather than full-on nudity. Also, there's more of an art form to it, so it's almost it is a theatrical experience. Each performer is totally different, and each performer has different acts that they do to different songs, different numbers, different costumes. It's all very it can be very glamorous or extravagant, or it can be plain and boring. It's really an expressive art form that involves taking your clothes off in a sexy, funny way. Sometimes other emotions are involved, like sadness or anger. It's just,
Wow.
yeah. A lot of people they mention, is that like the movie Burlesque with Christina Aguilera and Cher?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that is not it at all. I mean, that kind of is reminiscent of like Vegas showgirls, but this is totally different.
So how many shows do you guys do a year?
So I haven't been at it that long, so it's kind of hard to answer, but this year we've actually done, let me think, February, May, June, August, so we've done 4 so far, and we have 3 more this year.
Awesome.
Been at different venues around Topeka, such as Quentin's, J&J's, and Jayhawk Theater. So I could also say that a lot of the performers, they are not from here in Topeka. Most of them are from Kansas City and Lawrence, and Kansas City is where I kind of got into the burlesque community because I started taking classes there a few years ago, and they just totally accepted me with open arms, and it's just this really cool, close-knit community of artists and performers. And so I'll bring them here to perform in Topeka. I know I'm one of just a handful of burlesque performers here in Topeka. So I've had some folks reach out to me after the shows and be like, hey, I think I want to do this. This is really cool. How can I get involved? And I'm, that's totally awesome. Like, that makes me so happy because it's getting to people, and they're realizing that this isn't some crazy, like sometimes it can be crazy and sexually filled, but what's so wrong with that?
Yeah. So it stirs up a lot of controversy around Kansas.
It can be controversial. The first Kansas Burlesque Festival that was put on a couple years back, it got some attention, but so far I think I've got pretty positive feedback.
Awesome.
I haven't heard a lot of negativity. I'm sure it's out there, but all that I've heard has been good stuff.
Yeah.
And I believe that not every event has to be tailored to kids. So adults and older folks sometimes you just need a night away.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So we're.
So.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm taking over.
Yeah, well, so I just want to make sure that people know where to follow you, where to get the
Sure.
information. Hot in Topeka is also, it's got a website too. Is that what I see?
Actually, working on that.
Okay.
So Hot In Topeka Burlesque on Facebook or Hot In Topeka on Instagram. And I go by the name Anastacia Vulgar as my performer name, and I'm on Instagram as well. So we have, our next event is actually going to be a brunch and burlesque show at Quentin's here in Topeka. So rather,
When is that going to be?
Saturday, September 22nd at noon. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
going to feel a little weird getting sexy during the daytime. But
Well, there's no rule to not be sexy during the day.
right, there'll be mimosas and brunch and lots of fun burlesque and just showcasing a really great group of talented performers. So we're just gonna keep on doing it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. It sounds like, I didn't, before you started doing this, I didn't really see that much stuff around Topeka that was considered burlesque kind of shows. So
Yeah.
congratulations on getting it going, because I know there's a lot of people that follow, what you're doing and go to these shows. And a lot of times the tickets, so do they sell out or what?
Oh yeah, a lot of times they sell out.
So get your tickets early.
Yes, I would advise to get your tickets early and arrive at the venue early if you want a good seat, because people they want that front row seat.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I don't blame them, because you're going to see some awesome stuff up close and personal.
Yeah, it's all fun right there.
Oh
Fun.
yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, thanks for letting me interview you, and thanks for sharing what you're doing in the arts and helping the arts in Topeka grow with your art and involving so many other artists too.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for helping
you.
spread the word.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
So we'll put a link to your page, your Instagram as well, and then they can find your event page for the September 22nd at Quentin's.
Absolutely.
And then we could all join you there and sell those tickets out too.
Nice. That'd be cool.
All right. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you soon. This has been fun. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a bunch more, and hopefully I'll get better at the interviews. I'm sitting here stuttering, and but an awesome subject and an awesome guest. So you guys can't blame me. So we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.